Hi guys, this is Bhaskar Berry. In the previous video we have seen how to use the data conversion transformations. In this video we are going to see how to use the derived column transformation. The derived column transformation creates a new column values by applying expressions to transformations of the input columns. By using the variables, operators, string functions, null functions, there are several other functions which we can be using in this, and this is one of the most important transformations in SSIS. Okay, let me start with my demo here. Let me create a new package, rename that, derived trans. Okay, let me create OLEDB connections. I'm going to take the source from the OLEDB connections, and I just want to show the output, so I don't want any target for time being. I use a multiclass to show you multicast operations. Let me drag and drop the data flow task here for time being and rename it. Okay, let me drag and drop the OLEDB source. I'm going to select the TBL product. Okay, there are so many columns here, and the output, the preview of the data, there's so many 4 records in this. Okay, and here I'm going to use the derived column. Instead of a data conversion, we can also use a derived column for converting the data types. Okay, keep in mind that thing. Okay, so this is a derived column transformations editor screen. We have several functions: mathematical functions, string function, date time functions, null functions, typecast, operators, so many functions we have. Let me show you some of the functions how to use. Concatenate functions, first name and last name. Let me get derived a name called name here and add as a new column, first name plus some space and concatenate the last name. So you're going to get the full name here. And sales tax, since I have the I'm going to replace the sales tax and use the mathematical functions. Here we have a function something called as round. Okay, let me drag and drop this round here. In the numeric expressions, I'm going to place these things and how much length we require. I require, like I say, round it to 1 decimal point places. Okay, and one more thing what we can do is the cost price. Okay, let me replace the cost price here. If it is null, what I need to do, what is the value I need to replace here? Since we have the null function in SSIS 2012 onwards, we have the new there is a one new function, replace null function, which has been added into the null functions here. So this function, what it does, it replaces the value. If it is null, what value should be replaced? Here replace null instance. If cost price is null, what it needs to be replaced with? So I'm saying it to replace with it 0. Okay, and apart from that, amount I need to calculate. So let me add one more new column, amount. This one will be the sales tax plus the cost price. Just this is the operators where we have the add operator, the same thing I'm using here. We can type the operators or you can drag and drop, use them. Cost price. Okay, to get the year of the some current year. So what do you need to want to do? You're going to add as a new column, and we have the functions like date functions. Get the year part, so we can use this year part, and you can use the get date function here. Okay, these are the sum of columns. Apart from this, you can if you want to use any string functions like substring or something that. So I'm going to show you how to use the substring functions here. Okay, let me have the first product versions. Product v. Just give, I give some name here. So I'll use a substring to get some part of the string, that first letter of the string. Use a substring here, and in the substring, just in which expressions to start search. So I'm using the product version here, and start at which positions to start. So I'm saying that start at first positions, and how much is the length. I need the first character of that product. So that will be a new column added here. And apart from this, if we want to use a ternary operator, that is most important, like if else functions where we use here. Those are the, here we have conditional operator which can be used as if else operator here. So this is quality only. Quality. Here instead of this product quality, what is that? If it is equal to HI, then what we need to replace? Replace it with high, else replace it with low. Okay, fine. I have added some of the transformations which we can be used here. So let me show you using enabling the data viewer here. So I'm just running this transformation. So instead of multicast, you can use your desired transformation, destination transformations. Here we have 4 records. This is the source records. Here we have, okay, this is the output of the derived column. Okay, you can compare these transformations. What I used, the ID first name and last name is pretty common here. In the sales tax, I told to replace the, I used the functions called round off to 1. So what it has happened is, like if we see the so data from the source, the sales tax is 123.456, but the sales tax which we got from the derived transformation is 123.5. It has round off to first decimal places, that thing 45. Similarly 3, and the null functions, I have not applied any function there, so it's null still. So when we come to what do you say, the cost price, I applied the replace null function here. The first replace null functions I applied. So if it is null, see, if you see here, third record and fourth record, we have the null here, so it has been replaced by 0. Okay, and the name, this is a new column which has transformed by applying the concatenation both from the first name and last name. So we can see the space also here. Okay, and the amount, this amount is the sum of, what is it, this was the sum of the cost price and sales tax. So you can see this up to 4 decimal because it's written there in that expression here. And you can see this, the amount value, even though their sales tax is 123.900 and the cost price is 0, the amount value is still, it's null. Why? Because we are not applied any replace null value functions in that. Okay, I'll show you the how it would affect here. And since the null has a higher precedence, so it has replaced with the null thing here. And the product, this is the first the product versions. What I used here is the first letter of the product QA. So this is used by substring, so I will be replacing some other thing here. And if you see the quality, I used a ternary operator for checking the product quality. If it is HI, I am replacing with a high, otherwise it is a low quality product. So this is how we can use multiple expressions using that. So let me show you this amount field, what it does, like how we can replace here. See, if you see here, the cost price, just I replaced here cost price with the 0. So let me replace these functions in this. Okay, and product, this thing, instead of product, let me use first name. Okay, because the products are so many products I used, you're getting confusion which version I used here. Okay, let me save this. Let me remove the multicast and add it again. So because sometimes if you add new columns, this multicast wouldn't be reflected here. Enable data viewer. Okay, I'm saving it and running it again. So this is one of the pretty commonly used transformations in SSIS and important one. Okay, try with other functions which is inbuilt. So this was the source which you got, and this is the transformations which we have. Since I have the first name, so you can see here there was substring of the first name. If you see Bhaskar, starting letter is B R M R I, so you can see in this functions here. And apart from this, I want to show you the amount value. So if you see here, the sales tag is 123.900 and the cost price was 0. Now if you see this, it's the amount is coming here because we use the cost prices functions to replace the null value with a 0 here. Okay, but the sales tag is still null, so it's 0. So the null has higher presence than 0, so null has been replaced here. Null has been present here. Okay, here also we got it from the getter functions which we have used in the derived column transformations. Okay, thank you for watching, and please do subscribe my YouTube channel.